I'll say for myself. Number one, he slapped I'll slap him with a lawsuit. Number one is that I call that an impersonation of character.
Yes. Reason, but we've forgotten that he's a celebrity.
Forget about the fact that he's a celebrity. Everyone under this Nigeria must pay by the law. I don't care whether you're a celebrity or not, because you defiled my character. Because bringing me out to the social media and using me to chase money is either with you two ways. It's either you that money you made from that content, you share it with me, or we go and dance the music and the cuts.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mike and Matters. I am your host, Delight Abel, and today I have
Emmanuel
Victor. He's a guest and we want to unpack something. You know, Nigerians, right? We are a country that celebrates celebrities. Let me start with that. Sure. But if somebody is now blowing online, let me use that word, blow. You understand what I mean by that? We tend to celebrate that person, you know, clap for that person, regardless of what the person is doing, provided that person don't blow, right? Yeah, that's the word. We celebrate that person. Now, today's discussion is centered on something that has happened recently. I know it has been happening for quite some time, but it seems as if it's even getting more headway in this time. You know, recently something happened, and a celebrity, a popular celebrity comedian known by the popular name Peller, right? He posted something online. He needs 2 people to hold his camera for him with the pay 500k payment per month. And then he said that masters holders are to apply for that job. Meaning, if you're not a master holder, don't even go near him at all, right? And then they applied. Of course, Nigeria, you know how your country is. We know how our country is. Graduate to be seeking job and all of that. So they applied, and he invited them over for interview, right? He did that. But then on getting there, so many things happened, and after that there were so many reactions online. So people coming out to say that it was not really an interview. But I think I also saw that he said he had already gotten the people that he needed for the job. Well, I don't really know what the real story is, but I think my guest here can do justice to what we have today. Now, Emmanuel, what do you have to say about the current trendy issues?
Now, for me, I'll first of all start with that. Here in Nigeria, we are people who allow our emotions swindle into the way. Now, first of all, how will an undergraduate who, I think, when I was doing a background check of who Peller is, I don't think that guy finished university.
No, he did not.
He did not even finish university. So someone who did not smell the 4 walls of university is telling you now that he's not even asking for a graduate. He's asking for you who has undergone 4 years in university, additional 3 years to come and hold his camera. What level of leverage of insult is that? Because to me, I feel that is an insult. Because
do you think that's an insult?
It's an insult because
we live in a country whereby the uneducated per se get to employ the educated. So
now why I said I feel it's an insult, you can easily bring it out that you are looking for a graduate, not masters. Because if you calculate the time span what that person has spent in the university, you have not spent it even knowing the stress, because it's not making mental sense whereby I'm a master's student and now be holding your camera for how much? For 500. That's like a slap to my face.
Wait, you seem as if you don't understand the country we are in.
Forget about the country now. The 500 now, if we're to break it down now, house rent is already taking half of that money.
Okay, let me tell you the idea of some people who applied for that job.
Okay.
Some people apply with the mindset of, I know I'm very good, right?
Okay. So
I'm going there, not really with the intention to dwell long with him, but to pitch in such a way that since he's a celebrity and goes out, I may meet other people, and then before you know it, opportunity. So that would be some people's mindset.
Now that's
and then other people don't really have any option. Now
that mindset for me, is what I call psychological madness. Because number one, why I call it psychological madness is that you are a graduate. You can source your way. It's not necessarily you must cut corners. Yeah, as a master, I here in Kogi State, I was talking to one of my my spiritual fathers. He said something. He said there's a school currently who is employing master's students.
Okay.
So you can, there are other things you can lay hold of even with your master.
But would you now say that those who finish school, who graduate from the university and then start riding keke, for example, would you also call that psychological madness?
That's why now dignity. Now I'm calling. There's what they call dignity in labor and psychological madness. What those people did now was the psychological madness. Why? There's a dignity in labor. You know that you don't have. What happens to your hands? You can create something from your mindset. You don't allow someone to subject you, because that is psychological trauma. Because imagine now I went there and this is what played out. I didn't get the job. Now you played with my mind, you played with everything. Do you know what the calculations that Nigerians have already placed? I've already said, okay, this 500,000 naira, once it comes into my account, I will buy, I'll pay house rent, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. I've already no expenses. At the end of the day, you're not telling me that it's just for content. My friend, you are playing with my emotions.
I understand. You see, you are but please be calm and be what's the word now? Be gentle on those people that went for that interview. You would not really blame them, Emmanuel. Don't ever pray to be in their shoes.
See, I don't even actually pray to be in their shoes, but the thing I will say is that those people, they could easily read the handwriting on the wall.
Yeah.
You can.
I think when I saw that post at first, then he had not invited him over.
You could read, if you're intelligible, as you claim you went to masters. There is no way someone will post something online. I want to read the contextual meaning to what he's saying. You cannot tell me that you're looking for. I first of all ask myself the question: what happened to a school dropout? That's the first question. What happened to an undergraduate?
Yeah.
What happened to someone who's just a graduate? Why are you looking for a master's student? Is there any course?
Not just a master's student, a master's like they are done with masters. So
normally, I was saying you're saying.
Yeah.
Now get where I'm coming from. Now, what are you looking for a master's student? And are they having masters in camera? From my little findings, I've not heard or seen where someone went into university and said I studied what's it called, cinematography, and I came out as a master's student.
Right now, I think they're actually doing that.
It's rare, except to go to digital. So it is a slap. You could have read it that this is looking like this guy is trying to play with our emotions.
But then, sorry to cut you. Why do people? It's like everybody in Nigeria wants to become a content creator. Why?
Okay,
why is that?
because
is there something about this content creation that they are not telling us?
All right. Now, I'll first start with three things. The first is that if you check all social media platforms now, from your Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all of them are all monetized.
Yeah.
So now there's an amount of followers I will have, and I don't care. TikTok will pay me, Facebook will pay me. Now in TikTok now, watch what's going on. You can see young boys flaunting their wealth, pushing young boys into ritual. The rituals you are having today now is as a result of what's going on in TikTok. When they caught this FS student now, what was the statement he made? He said, I met the Alpha where? On TikTok. He did not say, I met the Alpha physically. What is the synergy between TikTok and ritual killings? I don't really care whatever I push to the social media space. I don't care. As far as I hit that amount of followers and I get paid, I don't care. There's what they're trending now is one view. You see a lady who raise up her shirt, not caring, on live TikTok, showing her boss, playing with it. All this is because I want to get what? A particular amount of followers. Then the pay will start coming in. Once I start having that pay, my financial problem is solved because they don't pay in naira, they pay in dollars.
Yes.
And checking the next exchange between dollar and naira, the rate is very high. The margin is wide because dollar to naira is about 1,000 naira now.
Plus 1,000 plus.
It's still reading. So now imagine whereby they're paying me $5 for having a long content.
$5 is even too small.
$5. Let's just take that as a yardstick. That $5 is almost equivalent to almost 70-something thousand naira plus. And this is
$5 or $5,000.
$5,000. That's $5. I don't know what I'm doing. If you're looking at $1, multiply, let's just say 1.5 by 5. That's almost, you're looking at almost close to 30 something You are looking at heavy money. You're looking at something very heavy.
Okay, just calm down. All right. Okay, so I think I understand what you're trying to say, but let's have it this way. Are we Nigerians really the problem in any way?
No, I won't say is Nigerians that is actually the problem. The government actually puts Nigerians into this, because if the government actually sets parastatals and things in place to checkmate the social media, we will not be having all this madness. Because if you check other countries now, for example, United States now, they said their TikTok now, there's something you will post on their TikTok account, they'll flag you down.
Not my country.
Here in this Nigeria, you post anything and it flies. But there now, there's certain rules to some certain things you put.
I get.
So now the government enabled Nigerians to have these wings to fly. Because if, as a content creator, I'm busy, I'm not promoting decency, I'm not promoting godliness, I'm just all about rituals. Okay, now I stumbled upon something. A boy who is just 17 years old use his mother for ritual. Why? Because he saw it on TikTok. So now what informed that young man to do that? Okay,
now if you were to be in the shoes of that girl, or rather the people who went for the interview and realized that he was going live and then it was just for content, what would you have done, please?
For me, I'll say for myself, I'll press a charge. Because number one, I'll slap him with a lawsuit. Number one is that I call that an impersonation of character.
Yes. But we've forgotten that he's a celebrity.
Forget about the fact that he's a celebrity. Everyone under this Nigeria must pay by the law. I don't care whether you're a celebrity or not, because you defiled my character. Because bringing me out to the social media and using me to chase money is either will be two ways. It's either that money you made from that content, you share it with me, or we go and dance the music and we cut.
Well, that's you, but there are people that actually just let it slide. But I don't know. You've said something I like, but then I think we've had a short time, we've had a good time right here, and I believe I'm going to let the audience decide what they would do if they were to be in clout. What would you do? Right now, it's easy to say some things when you're in a position. What would you do? Let's leave you to make that decision. Let's leave you to drop your thoughts on this. Do not forget that this is Mike and Matters, and I am the light Abel. This is
Emmanuel.
All right. Have a lovely day.
Bye bye.